Hello everybody, guessing if you've seen the title and thumbnail at this point, you kind of know what's going on today, and in this video at least. And what we're doing is we're starting a new series where we take the initial D cars and we make like more modern versions of them. So what kind of inspired this is I was bored one day and I was on, I forget what I was watching videos on. I watched a video where somebody like made a blender animation of the initial D battle between the red 350Z and the RX-7, and they did it with like a new Nissan Z and an RX-8. I'm like, oh, that's kind of cool. Well, what if I do like all of the cars? So yeah, here we are now, and no better car to start with than the hero car, the 86. So with this one, what I went for was the, you guys have seen me drive around in an 86. This one, where I did the whole like wraparound design to match the AE86 Trueno. This, and for this go around I didn't really want to do that, because if this, what I'm trying to convey is like if initial D took place in a modern setting, that wouldn't really happen. So what I went to is I kind of did the design of the GR86 Trueno edition, which has the matte spot on the hood, the two stripes on the door, and the black spoiler. What's happening? Did I click something on? I think I clicked something on accident. Whoops. So now we gotta go back inside. But yeah, that's kind of what I aimed for. So it would be more realistic as if I went with the Trueno edition rather than doing the all the way around like I did previously. So first what we're gonna do is go into how to like tune, we're gonna do the build and tune. Then I'm gonna go over how to get the car to look this way, and we're gonna drive it. We're gonna drive down the mountain pass, plain and simple. So let's get straight into this part where we go over the how to build it. So as far as all the conversions, I believe they're all stock, or at least they should be. Yeah, and as cool as it would be, I don't think this would be very very realistic to see that. So stock front end. For the spoiler, you do want the Toyota street rear wing, because the Trueno editions do have that. Then I went ahead and put on the side skirts. You don't have to do this if you don't want to. I just went ahead and put the little vent thing there, like the GR plastic cap. And for these cars, there is definitely a lot less restriction than there was with the original ones, because I wanted to keep like all the engine swaps and everything proper and whatnot. But the only real restriction with the modern cars is I wanted to convey the same look in a modern setting, and I wanted to keep the performance class around that like mid S1 area, because that's where all of the original like initial D cars that I built laid. And if you want to watch any of those older videos where we did the original cars, go ahead and should be in the description below if I didn't forget to do it. And this video will go on the same playlist where all the initial D cars go. So anyway, slick race tires, stock front track width, or track width, tire width, stock in the rear as well. For the wheels, for all of the cars, what I wanted to do was kind of convey the same style of wheel. And here, there's nothing really quite like these wheels, so I just kind of went ahead and put the same ones on. Okay, the Rotiform MLW, in the multi-piece rim style. Then for the rim size, you want to bump the 17 up to 18 in the front and rear. And the track width, you want the max in the rear and the second one in the front. Race clutch, race transmission, race driveline, drift differential. That's very important that you put the drift differential on. Race brakes, rally suspension, race front anti-roll bars, race rear anti-roll bars, no roll cage, and race weight reduction. Now moving on to the engine, race intake, race manifold. My mind just kind of went blank there for a sec. Race fuel system, race cam, race exhaust, race ignition, race valves, race engine block. Oh my god, my mind is drifting off. Race pistons, race flywheel, and race oil and cooling. My mind is just like, I don't know what my mind is doing right now. It's thinking about building other cars instead of this one. Anyway, for the tire pressure, you want 27 in the front, 29 in the rear. For the gearing, I believe it to all be stock, aside from the final drive being 2.20. If not, if your stock gearing is different than this, go ahead, pause the video, put all this in, and then unpause. So I'll give you a second to do that. Okay, now onto the alignment. Onto the alignment, you want negative 1.0 in the front and negative 0.5 in the rear for camber. For the toe, you want positive 1.7 out in the front. Then rear, negative 1.0 in. Then for the front caster angle, you want 5.3. Anti-roll bars, 25.5 in the front, 16.3 in the rear. Springs, you want the 246.6 in the front, I almost said 320. Am I dyslexic? I don't think so. 230.2 in the rear, 5.9 in the front, 5.6 in the rear. Rebound stiffness, 6.6 in the front, 6.0 in the rear. For the bump stiffness, 4.1 in the front, 1.0 in the rear. Aero, you shouldn't have it. I mean, like, I didn't tell you to put it on. If you did, leave it stock. Then for the brakes, you want your balance to be 54% towards the front with a pressure of 73. For the differential, you want 70% acceleration, 40% deceleration. 47, my bad, 47. And that's it for the tune. So now as far as how to get the car looking the way that I have it, it was pretty complicated doing the hood to get that right, but everything else was pretty easy. Starting with the color, kind of like the black mirrors a bit more. But anyway, the color, you just want to go white, plain and simple. For the wheels, black. Windows, tin and black. Now everything else is in decals. And essentially what I did was do the Trueno edition design, which was the matte, like vinyl on the hood, matte vinyl on the doors. Oh, and I forgot. While you're over here, in the spoiler, you want to go over to the special colors, go down here, find the matte, and then just 0, 0, 0 on all of them, all three. And that should give you black. 0, 0, 0, and you have black. Yeah. Matte black vinyl on the doors, matte black vinyl on the hood, and the matte black spoiler. That's how you get your Trueno edition. And then I pretty much just slapped the Fujiwara Tofu on the upper part of the door. So essentially, because this decal here isn't mine, because I didn't really feel like going through the trouble of making that. Essentially what I did was I'm gonna do them in a different color so you can see it a little easier. I got 2 of these, right? Just did one there with a little bit of hangover, and then I did another one here that's bigger. And then I got mask shapes, right? I mean, just regular squares will do. Rotate them up a bit till it's only on the door. Or actually, you know what? Before this video goes up, just because I remember the headache that I went through making this, what I'm gonna do is I'm still gonna tell you guys how to make it. I'm gonna make this decal myself, right? And put it on here. And after that, I'm gonna publish this design, and I will put the share code to said design in the description for you guys. So I'm not gonna do that now because I'm in the middle of recording this, but of course, like, I'm going to tell you. I'm gonna put a share code in the description because I don't want to do you guys dirty like this. Because doing the door isn't hard, because you just do what I just told you to do, rinse and repeat for the other side, put the Fujiwara Tofu on this door specifically, not both, not the other one, on that one. Then on the hood, it's hard to see on the white. I had the car painted a different color at the time just so I could do this part. You essentially, one black square coming down the whole hood, then with mask shapes you kind of match it up with the body lines, and yeah, just to kind of mask it off, to have that. And of course your vinyl material, you want to go about like in between matte and gloss, like right about there. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 13. So it's like 13 clicks to the right of this bar where I'm at right now. But yeah, I'll make that design for you guys, just because I know how much of a hassle it was for me to do it. I didn't even make the Fujiwara Tofu sticker for the door. So anyway, what we're gonna do is now we're gonna head on over to the mountain pass. We're gonna run it, and just keep in mind this is not a drift car, so the score in the drift zone is not gonna be high because this is not a drift car. I repeat, it is not a drift car. I think I'm around like 1.08. So like this is gonna be nowhere near that in this car. Just pay attention to how it handles and how fast we get down the mountain. Other than that, nothing's really relevant. Now let's hope I don't make any mistakes so I can do this video in a singular take. Okay, that's just me filling it out, because I haven't driven this car in a while. But what kind of trips me out is it's been 2 years, almost exactly, since we started the original Initial D series, where I made all the cars as they appear in the show, like right makes and models and everything. We did that in July of 22. And it is currently June of 24. This car's a little grippier than I remember on the road. I haven't driven this car in some time. Because I made this build and tune back when the GR86 first came out. I just repainted it recently. Yeah, this isn't my best driving work, but I think that it does convey sort of how the car handles, that it can go grip or drift. Right there, I hit the e-brake. That one, my line wasn't great, and I was coming in a little too hot for that line that I was taking, so I kind of had to just rip it. Try to get the car all the way sideways if possible. Please don't throw me into it. Okay. 7 minutes. There's no other drivers here. Nobody plays Horizon Arcade. In this hairpin, you kind of have to pull the e-brake. I hate, like, you build up so much speed before that hairpin, and you just have to, like, rip it to go through. That's the only, like, with the older cars, that would normally be the only spot I'd even pull the handbrake. But, yeah, so with that being done, that's how you make Takumi Fujiwara's AE86 as a GR86, so if it was set in the modern day. So that being said, let's do some donuts. Alright, and with that all being done, I want to thank you guys for watching. Hope to see you in the next video, and that is all from me today.